Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the New England Sports Center for Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. As today, the 12-3-0 Hillers take on 7-7-0 Ashland Clockers. Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera for what should be, as usual, a great game between these two crosstown rivals. The Hillers are fresh off a 2-0 win over Holliston on the road. Hopkinton has won 6 of their last 7 games, while the Ashland Clockers are looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. We shall see if they will be able to do so. Right now, let's set it down to ice level for the opening announcements and the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's Tri-Valley League matchup between your visiting Ashland Clockers and your Hopkinton Hillers. Starting tonight for the Clockers, at defense, number 19, Dan Kelly. Also at defense, number 17, Jackson Rita. At left wing, number 8, Mark Milko. At right wing, number 11, Anthony Rodriguez. At center, number 23, Jake Rigby. And goal number 1, Jack Rossi. The Nuggets must turn out for your Hopkinton Hillers. At defense, number 6, captain, Jim Morris. Also at defense, number 16, Parker Wynn. At left wing, number 17, Isaac Peterson. At right wing, number 24, captain, Tyler DeCarr. At center, number 3, Declan DeRocha. And goal number 1, Dan Graham. Hillers coach by Scott Hayes, assistant TV man. Now please stand up and move your hats with someone else.
And there you have it, the starters and your national anthem, and we are just about ready to go here at the New England Sports Center. Once again, Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. John Ritz on camera. And these two teams always have a great battle. They have met up this season already. That was back on December 21st. And the Hillers ended up taking that game by a final of 4-2. And they look to get the season sweep here today. But that will certainly be a tall task, as Ashland always competitive with their crosstown rival, Hopkinton Hillers. And we are set to go and underway as the Ashland Clockers start off with possession. Riva hits it up the far side, and it's quickly taken back by Purpura as the Hillers look to work it up the ice. Ashland trying to put on some early pressure, denied there by Morse. And Purpura will wrap it around the boards. DeRocher trying to dig it out of the near side corner. Along the near side boards it goes. Here comes Ashland. That's Dan Kelly. A bit of a different starting line tonight for the Hillers than we're typically used to. You got Declan DeRocher at center. Parker Wynn and Drew Morse, your defensemen, as racing in, taking a shot, and it's turned away. That was Isaac Peterson, your starter at left wing. Purpura is the right winger. And I would say it's a well-deserved start for this group that is out there to begin this game as the Hillers switch it up. Pavid Mera racing in, deflected off a defender into the protective netting. Will get a face-off. Minute and 6 seconds in. Off the face-off. Loose puck as Zolotauer puts it towards Mera. Mera trying to put it towards the net. Ended up putting it off of Chris Bradica. Along the far side corner it goes. Kassane trying to track it down. He'll brush it out, and there's a shot in the high slot area. And it's turned away. Grant Reap with that shot. The Hillers going to try to take it down. Mera sends it over in front of the net. It's put in. And that is going to be Cam McPherson. Good way to start for the Hopkinton Hillers. First goal of the game comes at 13:21 left to go in the first. Assist Pavid Mera, goal Cam McPherson. Off the face-off. It was Title in the face-off circle for the Hillers. Morse up the far side, over to Title. That's deflected off the stick of Dan Kelly. Along the end boards now. Hillers look to dig it out, and it's sent out of play by a Clocker. We'll have a face-off here. Ryan Title up against Jack Rossi. Or correction, that is Jake Caveney. Top of the circle, Carrazza puts it towards the net. Taken by Dan Reap. Tripped up was Anthony Rodriguez. Doesn't seem like there'll be a call. Sent back into Hiller territory. Morse trying to dig it out. Wrapped around by Caveney. With it now, Title. He'll backhand it towards Carrazza. Carrazza trying to work it up the near side. Jake Brown puts it towards the net. Along the end boards now. Oh, a bit of an errant pass there, but a great steal by Morse as he was just able to get in front of Mike Milko, and Mike Milko actually broke his stick there, which is part of the reason he couldn't get the shot off. Morse sends it out along the far side. And it's handled by Caveney. Caveney trying to close in, contested by Carrazza. Up along the far side now. Here's Title. Title surrounded by 4 Clockers as the Hillers in the midst of a change. Jammed up now along the corner with Grant Reap. He brushes it to the far side. Back to the neutral zone we go. Pass over by Danny White. Getting in there for Ashland, Ryan Akunas. And jammed up along the end boards, able to get it out was Hayward. Peterson with it. Declan DeRocher racing in. DeRocher sends it out, looking for the one-timer was Purpura. Hayward with a shot into traffic, and it's taken by the defender. Chris Bradica sends it up. Now racing in Kassane. He'll take a shot. Turned away by Jack Lang. Your goaltending matchup, Jack Lang in between the pipes for the Hillers and Jack Rossi for Ashland. And now all kinds of traffic covered up by Lang. And we'll get a face-off at 10:51 left to go in the first. In the face-off circle for Ashland, Kellen Kassane up against Pavitt Mera. Into the high slot. There's a shot turned away out in front of the net. Great save by Lang along the near side. Scardino gets it over. There was a secondary shot there by Kassane. Nearly popped it in. Mera racing in. Takes it, and he's denied. Good save there by Rossi. As both teams exchange some pressure and some great goaltending. Manser sends it up. Manser trying to race up the ice. Great pass to Mera. Mera with the backhanded pass. And into the slot, Scardino with the shot turned away. Oh, what a great setup that was. That was just great puck handling by the Hillers. Mera coming up, finds McPherson. And then McPherson puts it in the slot for Scardino. And typically that would be a Hillers goal. Clockers got lucky to get the defender in the way, Matt Fullen. Along the near side, Manser. Handled by Scardino. Scardino along the boards, puts it into Clockers territory. Mera takes it. Mera goes back ice, sends it up to McPherson. Now Scardino going to try to close in. Wrister, glove save, Rossi. Hillers will switch things up on the ice. And they have switched up their lines tonight. Typically you'll see Pavitt Mera out there with Carrazza, but they are playing on different lines tonight. And we'll see if that's an ongoing theme throughout the night. He may just be trying some different groupings. Head coach Scott Hayes has done a terrific job with this team this season. Racing in, there's a shot and scooped up by Lang. Jake Caveney on the shot. Shot at a bit of a knuckleball-like movement. Ryan Teitel up against Jake Caveney. Well, Clockers are getting pressure. It's been a pretty even game so far. Hillers obviously leading on the scoreboard, but the Clockers finding some opportunities. Carrazza trying to close in between the defender's legs, and he lost it. Teitel now. Jammed up along the end boards. Trying to dig it out, matched up with Caveney and others. Caveney shoots it over to the near side. Milko. Mark Milko, player to look out for on the Clockers. Great shooter. And that is handled along the end boards by Ian Tosca. Jammed up now along the boards. Brushed over by Ian Tosca. And now Parker Wynn trying to take it away. It's stolen away by the Clockers. And there's a shot off the side of the net goes Rodriguez. And that is sent out to the slot. There's a shot. It's just wide by Rodriguez. Ooh, and we're going to get a call here. It is going to be an interference call up against Whitey and Tosca. So Ian Tosca will head to the box for 2 minutes. And Clockers on the power play, and they were already finding some great pressure. They'll look to take advantage of this opportunity. Purpura gets locked up on the faceoff. There's a shot, and it's just wide. That shot by Chris Bradica. Along the far side, Milko. Milko sends it out. Bradica along the near side. Getting in the way, Isaac Peterson. Peterson racing up the ice towards the net, and it is just turned away. And Peterson would have liked to get a little more under that. Isaac Peterson is a guy we haven't seen much lately. I wonder if he's had some injury problems. We'll have to talk to Coach Hayes about that situation, but he's back out there today and looking good. Anthony Rodriguez trying to close in. Getting locked up with Purpura. Pavan Mera takes it. And the defender just able to land on it as Chris Bradica fell on it. A minute left on the Ashland power play. Rodriguez looking to close in. Putting on the move, sends it into the slot. Good defense there. There's a shot deflected. That went off of Jack Resnick. Clockers racing back in. And Mera gets in the way, breaks it up. Zolotarov sends it to the Ashland net. Talk about long distance. Brown puts it along the far side. Left back by Resnick. And a rapid shot by Mera just wide. Up along the near side now. Clockers racing back. 20 seconds left on the power play. Kassane leaves it over to the far side, and we have offsides. We'll get a face-off at 6:52 left to go in the first period. 17 seconds left on the Clockers power play. It's a 1-0 Hillers lead. Ryan Title up against Kellen Kassane. Sends it back, popped off the near side boards by Brown, handled by Hayward. Wristed up the ice by Morse. Trying to take it around and contested by Title is Jackson Arriva. And now with it is Liam Fitzsimmons along the far side. Carrazza closing in along with Ian Tosca. Morse with it. He'll wrist it up the ice. Along the boards it goes. Power play has expired. We are at even strength. Morse up to Ian Tosca. Looking to leave it for Carrazza. It is deflected towards the far side. Still in play. Morse bounces it off the boards to Hayward. Jammed up along the near side now, out in front, brushed away by Morse. Off the boards it goes, into Clockers territory. Pass up the far side by Grant Reap, and there's a shot turned away. Good save by Lang. Getting in there for the shot was P.J. Kassane. Carrazza going to try to take it. And look to put on the moves. Chris Bradica able to get the stick out in front of him. Big collision along the near side corner. Peterson trying to get it out of the jam. He'll take it around and he'll get tied up. Taken back by Liam Fitzsimmons. Now the Clockers have put good pressure on the Hillers, and I think what's really having a factor in this game, Ashland able to keep up with the Hillers speed-wise so far. Not a lot of teams can do that. Stolen away, trying to bring it around. Lang reaches the stick out and deflects it away from Dinsdale. Up along the near side now. And there's a shot by Dinsdale, turned away by Lang. And now Scardino trying to get it out of the jam. And Tosca gets in there. That was out of play. We'll get a face-off at 9:56. Excuse me, 4:56. Scoreboard with some broken lights playing tricks on me again. Good pace to this first period. Pavan Mera on the face-off for the Hillers. Up against Jack Grimes. And we're off. Sent over by Wynn. McPherson. Wynn along the near side. He's tripped up. Trying to race in Grimes. That's sent wide. Grimes trying to dig it out. There's a shot turned away by Lang. That shot by Ryan Akunis. Mera racing in. Backhander. Yes! Pavan Mera makes it 2-0. Beauty of a shot there. Comes at 4:24 left to go in the first period. And Mera putting on the moves and backhanding it in. Well, the majority of the pressure of the last few minutes belongs to the Clockers, but you give Pavitt Mera his opportunity to break towards the net. There you go. Mera sends it flying. We'll get another face-off off the icing call. Well, a good start to the doubleheader so far. Double dose, Hiller hockey tonight on HCAM. Of course, we have this game, Hopkinton boys and Ashland. Then we'll have the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne girls co-op taking on Westwood. And they are feeling good. They just tied Medfield in their last game, 1-1 to pick up a point. So they are feeling it and looking to try to do the same against Westwood, or perhaps better. Scardino with a shot, set wide. Parker Wynn along the near side, sends it towards the net. Up around the boards it goes. Morris to Scardino. Mera. And he got tied up along the boards. Good steal by Ashland. Racing up, Caveney leaves it behind. Top of the circle, pass to Caveney. Off the mark. It was Milko looking for the pass there. And the Hiller defenders doing a very good job at contesting, getting in front of the net, and not letting the Clockers get a lot of open looks. Scardino with the shot, turned away. Along the left circle, and it's sent out by DeRocher. Hayward passes back and forth with White. White puts that off a Clocker. Up along the near side. White trying to dig it out. And that comes shooting up into Hiller territory. We'll get an icing. 3:04 left to go here in the first period. Good entertaining game. Hillers lead it so far 2-0. Declan DeRocher up against Kellen Kassane. Purpura with the wrister and a glove save. Now Jack Ross, you got to give him credit. He's had to face a lot of tough shots as well. Off the face-off, DeRocher sends it back. Clockers look to work it up. Here comes Fitzsimmons. He's going to be cut off. Getting in the way, Hayward. DeRocher taking a big hit. Sent over to the near side, looking for Dan Kelly. And that'll get by everybody. Into Hiller territory it goes. Back towards the net. Lang will brush it away. Up the near side goes Danny White. Sent over by Purpura. Isaac Peterson racing it. Takes the shot and somehow a save. That was a tremendous shot. I'm kind of in awe that did not go in. It looked like he had the 5-hole, but somehow Rossi able to trap it between his legs. Wrister, and it's wide. By Carrazza. Sent over by Zolotarov. Popped off the glass. Carrazza trying to close in, and he ended up in traffic. Oh, some extracurricular going on. Carrazza got a little tangled up with Jack Grimes, and then it looked like there was a push. That's going to send somebody to the box, I think. And we'll see who the guilty party is. It looks like it's going to be on Carrazza. Pavitt Mera into the game. It actually doesn't look like they're going to put a penalty down, so that is good news. I think they're going to call it a neutral misunderstanding. Over to the near side, or just incidental contact. And what do we got here? It's going to be against the Clockers, tripping. They'll get Jack Grimes. He'll take a seat for the 2 minutes. And with a 1 minute, 50 seconds left in the first period, Hiller's on the power play. Cam McPherson on the face-off, sends it back. Peterson, or Manser rather, he'll pop it, and that'll end up going into the protective netting as Manser got a little tangled up with Milko. Scardino off the boards to Mara. Across to Manser. Mara closing in, takes the shot, punched away, out in front. Secondary shot turned away. Pass over to Mara. On that secondary shot, that was McPherson. Scardino. Back up to Manser. Closing in, leaves it behind. Scardino takes the shot, turned away. Hiller's getting good pressure on this power play opportunity. Mara along the near side. Sends it over. Manser racing in, and that shot somehow turned away as there was a nice give to Scardino. Clockers looking for some pressure of their own. Big collision as Rodriguez was closing in. Less than a minute left on the power play. 45 seconds left to go in the first period. Lang sets it aside. Hillers look to regroup. Mara sends it up. Looks like we'll get the first, what typically is the first line out there to finish this first period with the power play opportunity. Stolen away. There's a shot scooped up by Lang off the stick of Jake Caveney. 21 seconds left in the first period. 31 seconds left on the power play. Along the corner, Morris sends it over. Title racing in. Title closing in, and he'll take it around the net. Back up to Morris. Now to Title in the circle. Sends it over. He should have took the shot there. He wasn't aware how much time was on the clock, but he should have took that shot from that right circle. But in any case, after one period of play, what has been an exciting crosstown rivalry matchup, it's the Hopkinton Hillers leading the Ashland Clockers 2-0. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. Back into the New England Sports Center. We are ready for the second period of this TVA Large matchup between the Hopkinton Hillers and the Ashland Clockers. 2-0 Hillers lead as we head into the second period. Hillers have 10 seconds remaining on the power play as well, which really isn't a whole lot of time, but you never know. Tom Nappy on the call. Happy to be with you for Wednesday night Hiller hockey. John Ritz on camera. As we will start off this period with 5-on-4 action. It's going to be Ryan Title up against Anthony Rodriguez. Hillers had an extra man on. Fortunately, the period hasn't started yet, so they're able to make the change. And we are underway. Hillers working right to left across your screen for this period as brushed up the ice by Milko to start things off. And Lang brushes that one away as Rodriguez was closing in. Here comes Title. Title closing in, takes the shot, and it's in! Title leaves it for Resnick, and Resnick pops it in. Jack Resnick, the freshman, with a goal. The score comes at 14:24 left to go in the second period. And I guess that 10 seconds left on the power play did make a little bit of a difference. Parker went up the far side. Resnick sends it across. And that's backhanded into the glass. And out of play it goes. Let's take a look at the TVL Large standings. Westwood 9-5-1, Ashland 7-7-0, Medfield at the top 12-2-1, Norwood 10-4-2, Hopkinton 12-3-0, Holliston 2-11-1. So still the Hillers have a huge game coming up with Medfield to close out their home games at least. They will be playing in a tournament over in Martha's Vineyard, which I believe will count towards the season, but they will be taking on Medfield next Wednesday night, and we will have that game live for you here from the New England Sports Center, and that could be a game that determines who wins the TVL Large title. So that is going to be a huge game next Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. start, Hopkinton and Medfield boys hockey. As trying to work up the ice is Manser. Manser along the far side. Looking to send it up to Mera, and he took a hit. Rodriguez racing in. TVL Small, Bellingham 0-13-0, Norton 9-6-2. We'll get you more in a moment. Mera closing in, and he left it for Scardino, but it's wide. Mera puts it off a defender. Clocker's looking for a break. Zolotarev out in front of Rodriguez. He'll brush it over to the far side. Dover Sherborne 3-10-0, Medway 2-14-1, Dedham 6-10-0. Those are your TVL Small standings. Sent across by Zolotarev. McPherson. And he was trying to leave it for Mera. A couple of clockers in the way. Good job by Danny White getting in front of Jake Kevany. Along the far side, Jake Brown sends it towards the net, scooped up by Lang. And we apologize, folks. Had a technical glitch in the stream. And we get a face-off at 12:02 left. Up along the far side. Hayward trying to close in. And that is sent to the net, just wide. White trying to send it down. To the net, turned away. Good pressure by the Clockers here. That shot by Jake Brown. Jammed up in the corner now. Sent around. Purpura knocks it up the ice. Sent over by Milko. Along the far side, Ian Tosca. Over to Morse. Morse with a shot. Glove saved by Rossi. This face-off at 10:24 left to go. Up along the corner, Title. Jammed up with a couple of clockers. Morse trying to race in. Oh, and some good bumps and bruises from that corner, I'm sure. Some good hits delivered. Along the far side, Wynn puts it over. Title racing up, sends it over. Carrazza with a shot turned away. Title sends it over. Trying to sneak through. And into Hiller territory it goes. We'll get a face-off at 9:28 left to go. Here in the second period. And we apologize, folks, some technical difficulties on the stream. We hope everything's working now. And we'll continue to work the rest of the evening. Trying to work up the near side, getting in the way, Scardino. Manser sends it up. And it's some good back and forth along the far side. Mara with it. Up to Zolotarev. Zolotarev putting on the moves. Racing in, off a defender it goes. Into the left circle. McPherson trying to send it out. And what do we have here? We're going to have a cross check. It will be against the Clockers. Hiller's back on the power play. Jackson Arriva will take a seat for the next 2 minutes. Score remains 3-0 Hillers. 8:47 left to go in the second period. You didn't miss anything on the live broadcast, fortunately, of relevance. Along the near side, there's a shot, a little high there by Scardino. Manser to the net, off the post! Carrazza backhands it into the slot, brushed away. Manser sends it over. Scardino, Carrazza closing in, a little high. And now Mero with it. Leaves it for Scardino. Pass across to Manser. Manser lost his balance. Scardino up to Hayward. Hayward towards the net, out in front, wrapped up by Rossi. Great pressure by the Hillers on this power play. 1 minute 9 seconds left on the Hiller power play. And their third goal out was just 36 seconds into the second period. And just a few seconds after the 10 seconds that were remaining on the power play heading into the period. Morris over to the near side, and that's sent over by Wynn. Title back to Morris, to the net, and that was off the skate of Purpura, but wrapped up by Rossi. A great save by the senior Jack Rossi. And I'll tell you, the Hillers are getting relentless pressure on Ashland, and Jack Rossi is keeping the Clockers in this game. Title on the face-off. He got a little locked up. Wynn sends it up. Sent back now to Title, trying to dig it out. And an attempted pass by Wynn deflected. Title takes it back ice. Morse up to Wynn. And now Ian Tosca. Along the near side, wrister and a glove save by Rossi. We'll get a face-off at 6:51 left to go, 16 seconds left on the Hiller power play. Racing in, and a nice pass by Morse, and it's put in by Parker Wynn. Morse to Wynn into the net. And how about that? The defenders having some fun. That score comes at 6:48 left to go in the second period and makes it a 4-0 Hiller lead. A power play goal. Off the face-off. It was Nolan Irichie in the face-off for the Hillers against Cavity. In the Hiller territory. Slapped off the boards. Here comes Manser. And make that Peterson brushed away. Resnick trying to send it out. Irichie tied up along the far side boards. Squirts out into the neutral zone. Sent up by Zolotarev. Good feed by Resnick. That shot by Irichie deflected. Resnick leaves it out, and it's taken away. Sent up and around by Grant Reap. Along the far side, Hiller's continuing to bury Ashland in pressure, despite the fact that power play is over. Along the far side, sent over by Zolotarev. Looking to send it back was Manser. That's stolen away. Hillers quickly getting it into the neutral zone. Irichie racing up the ice. Leaves it for Resnick. Wrister and a glove save by Rossi. You know, Jack Resnick, freshman, getting some good action today. Already has a goal of his own. He's the one that scored 36 seconds into the second period. And he is certainly showing off his talents this evening. And that's what the Hillers want to do. I mean, before the postseason, really see what you got. Try some different pairings. Get some different guys out there for the majority of these games, because one of the key things about the postseason is depth. It's typically the teams that have a lot of depth that go far in the bracket. Mara sends it out. Deflected away to the near side by Kelly. McPherson sends it out. Scardino. That shot is deflected off of Rossi into the protective netting. That thing went flying. McPherson getting locked up with Grimes. Scardino sends it back. Well, the one thing you got to be careful of if you're the Hillers, don't let Ashland do to you what they did last year, as that is sent out. I believe it was a 4-0 Hiller lead. This was on the road. I wasn't there for this one, fortunately. And Mara, that shot is deflected off of Rossi into the ceiling. And the Hillers ended up not winning the game. And ended up losing, I believe, by a 5-4 final. But I have a feeling this team is not going to let that happen. And that's sent back along the near side. Good steal by Scardino. Out in front, brushed away. McPherson trying to catch up with Grant Reap. Racing in, Wrister. That's turned away. Shot by McPherson. Sends it back to Scardino. Tamara. Mara leaves it for Hayward. Hayward sends it across. Hayward up the far side. Scardino, a little wide. Mara sends it across. There's a shot, deflected. Sent over to Mara. Sends it out, one-timer. It's wide left by White. Whew. Thought that was going to come over here for a moment, but it did hit that glass. I don't have my goalie glove today, so I was hoping that's not the case. Caveney trying to send it away. Well, the Hillers have dominated this second period so far. Relentless pressure just continuing. .3:21 left to go. 4-0 Hiller lead. We'll have an offsides call. It'll be Title up against Cassane. Morse sends it over. Brushed up the ice along the far side. Behind the net it goes. Cassane trying to handle it. Hiller's so quick to get it out of their zone in this period. It's really just been astounding. Carrazza. It's like they were already playing great in the first period, but they're on another world in the second period. That shot deflected away from Morse as he went into traffic with it. Wynn lost his balance. And it's really all four lines for the Hillers that are just continuing to bury Ashland in pressure. 2:24 left to go in period number 2. Perhaps the Hillers are remembering that game from last year and want to ensure nothing like that ever happens again. Wynn takes it. Title. And we'll certainly have to ask Coach Hayes if the topic of that Hopkinton Ashland game, the big comeback game for Ashland, came up in the locker room discussion. And we're going to get an interference call. It's going to be against the Hillers. Whitey and Tosca heading to the box. So the Clockers have a well-needed power play for the next 2 minutes. 2:14 left to go in this second period. Purpura up against Rodriguez. To the near side, Brown. Puts it up the ice. Trying to take it out. Rodriguez skating around, feeds it over. Leaves it behind. There's a shot, and it is turned away. Into the protective netting. That was a tremendous save by Lang. It looked like Jake Brown had the 5-hole, and somehow Lang able to turn that away. Minute 30 remaining on the power play. Zolotara behind the net. Sends it up the far side. 19-second difference between the amount of time left on the power play and the amount of time left in the period. Sent up the ice by Manser to the Ashland net. Good clock burner there. Radica looking to put it over to Kelly. Racing up now, Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking to close in. Big hit delivered by Manser. Top of the circle, that shot into traffic, turned away. Purpura got a piece of it, now trying to dig it out of the boards. Manser flicks it up the ice, dropped by Bradica. Closing in on 35 seconds left on the power play. That was a good job by Manser. He's just holding it down there. He said, hey, if you're not going to come get it, we'll just burn some clock. Hiller's in the midst of a line change. Back into Hiller's territory it goes as we approach 20 seconds left on the power play. Hayward flings it into Ashland territory. With it is Bradica. DeRocher trying to get it out of the jam. Anthony Rodriguez comes out with it. Power play has expired. Ian Tosca back on the ice. Closing in Rodriguez. And Hayward gets out in front of him, but what do we have here? And the officials in discussion. And let's see, what are they going to go with here? All right, so Coach Hayes getting the reason why they stopped the clock. And it was because they were not aware the power play ended. So it was an official stoppage. So no harm, no foul. Along the far side, Carrazza looking to break away or make that. That's Resnick. Resnick closing in, leaves it, and it's put in by Ian Tosca. A great feed by Resnick, and Ian Tosca makes it 5-0 Hillers. That score comes out 1 second left in the second period. Unbelievable. And right after this face-off, that'll be the end of the second period. Just with 1 second left, and that'll do it. A tremendous period by the Hopkinton Hillers. They score not 1, not 2, but 3 goals and take a 5-0 lead heading into the intermission. Third period coming up next. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. Welcome back into the New England Sports Center. We are ready for the third period of this TVL Large matchup between the 12-3-0 Hopkinton Hillers and the 7-7-0 Ashland Clockers. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. John Ritz on camera. And we are 15 minutes away from concluding part 1 of our Hiller hockey doubleheader today. Next, we'll have Hiller girls hockey taking on Westwood. To watch that on YouTube, you'll just have to head over back to our YouTube page and head over to another stream. The link can also be found right on our website, hcam.tv. Hillers working left to right across your radio for this third period. We are underway. Hillers 1 goal away from having the running clock in this third period. The Clockers, I'm sure, going to try hard to get that goose egg off the board. Sent up by Wynn. Oh, Morse lost his balance. Ice always a little slick after you have the Zambonis out there. There's a shot towards the net. Turned away by Lang off the stick of Dan Kelly. Into the neutral zone. Kelly sends it up. Win to Morse. And now McPherson lost it. Trying to dig it out of the corner, Mark Milko. Morse sends it over. McPherson looking to flip it to Scardino. Fired over to the near side. Trying to dig it out, Manser. He'll send it across. Zolotarev towards the net, and a defender is there off of Grant Reap. Reap flips it up the far side. Zolotarev trying to turn it around. Closing in, and it's put in! Anthony Rodriguez with a nice wrister for a goal. It's 5-1. Well, the Hillers certainly happy to have the possibility of a shutout no longer intact. Score comes at 13:24 left to go. Along the near side, Manser looking to work it up the ice. Jammed up along the near side boards. Gets it over, Ian Tosca. Reap sends it to the far side. Up and around goes Kassane. Sent down by Manser. Clocker's looking to break through. Here comes Fitzsimmons. Well, the Hillers were skating around rapidly in that second period. You wonder if they maybe are a little bit tired because they really had the pedal to the metal in that second period. There's a shot by Zolotarev, and it's wrapped up by Rossi. That was a bullet from Zolotarev. We'll get a face-off at 12:30 left to go here in regulation. Declan DeRocher in the face-off circle. Sent over to the near side. Trying to take it up for the Clockers. Dean Reap getting in his way is Resnick. I'll tell you, we've seen a lot of Jack Resnick today, and he has been very impressive. Racing in, Rodriguez. And backhander turned away. Clockers looking for some more pressure here. Resnick flips it up the near side. Well, I'll tell you, as the season goes on, you get to know the players more and more, especially new faces like Jack Resnick, and then you really start to see what you have. Wrister, glove save off the stick of Danny White. Danny White, another player that has earned more and more playing time as the season has gone on. Guys such as James Hayward, another freshman who's been fantastic. Nolan Ritchie. Cam McPherson, also just a freshman. So you got 4 freshmen on this roster that will be part of your team for the foreseeable future. Certainly a great sign for the future of Hiller hockey. Sent away. Up and around it goes. White trying to dig it out, got tangled up with Milko. And net come out. Looks like an offsides call. Pavitt Mera on the face-off. Up against Caveney. Caveney closing in. He got tangled up with Morse. Well, the Clockers now really putting their pedal to the metal here in this third period. Mera racing up. And offsides. We get a face-off at 11:10 left. Or icing call, rather. Slap back into Hiller territory. Icing once again. Don't forget, coming up on Friday on HCAM, we'll have Hiller girls basketball as they'll celebrate senior night. and take on Westwood. 6:30 tip-off to that game, live on HCAM. There's a shot, wrister by Scardino, glove saved by Rossi. Hiller boys hockey recently celebrated senior night just a couple short weeks ago. You could see it in the latest Hiller Winter Sports highlights. And Scardino with a quick shot deflected by Rossi out of play. We'll do it again. Third face-off in about 3 seconds. McPherson up against Grimes. Backhanded to the far side by Riva. Scardino sends it out, just misses his intended target win. Puck floats up the ice. Morse grabs onto it, sends it up. Mara putting on the moves. Here he comes, squeezing in, turns it around. Leaves it for Scardino. There's a shot into traffic, deflected away. McPherson to the net, turned away by Rossi. Scardino backhands it towards the net. Off the stick of McPherson it goes. McPherson taking it and sends it wide. And now a traffic jam in front of the net, and coming away with it are the Clockers as it's sent up by Abkunis. Hiller's in the midst of a change as Mara works his way down, takes the shot a little high. Hiller's starting to pick up on the pressure in these last few minutes. There comes the Clockers racing in, and that's set wide by Dan Kelly. Zolotarev along the far side, pops it off the boards. Kassane sent back now into the neutral zone. Near side, Kelly sends it over. Racing in, Kassane backhands it to the net, and it's flipped over off of Lang. Zolotarev, a nice job getting in front of Kassane. Carrazzo with it, sends it over. Finds Title. Oh, big hit delivered. I believe that was on Carrazza. Radica closing in for Ashland. Zolotarev gets in front of him. Sent over. Grant Reed puts it to the net. Glove saved by Lang. Good save by Jack Lang. He's been fantastic in net for the Hillers, especially in that first period. Clockers had a whole lot of pressure, and they've had a good amount of pressure in this third period as well, but terrific goaltending by the senior, Jack Lang. Iarici on the face-off. Purpura taking it up the near side. Takes a bang into the boards. Sent up by DeRocher. Around it goes. Iarici looking to dig it out of the corner. He gets tangled up. Purpura getting in there. Sends it back over to Hayward. Hayward looking to turn it back up ice. Into Hiller territory it goes. Danny White with it. Sent to the near side. Out in front, turned away by Lang. And now dug into the side of the net. Lang wraps it up as Grant Reef was there for the pressure. Hillers will make a line change. 8:04 left to go. 5-1 lead for the Hillers as they try to avoid any more Clocker goals. Mara up against Caveney. Brushed over to the far side by Wynn. Mara racing up the ice. Closing in. Backhander. And did he score that? Yes, he did. Have it. Mara putting on the moves. Well, here's a little security. Not that you really needed it, but they'll certainly take it. 6-1 Hillers. 7:51 left to go in regulation. Mara up against Caveney. Dan Kelly getting tied up with Scardino. Scardino trying to race in. Slapped over to the corner. Scardino trying to dig it out. He's just going to hold it there for a few seconds. Why not? Burn some clock. Here goes Rodriguez. Morse trying to steal it away. Sends it to the corner. Mara delivering a nice hit. Milko with it. Sends it out. That shot into traffic. And a wrister there is deflected on a play from Caveney. Lang able to get the arm on it. We get a face-off at 7:11 left to go. Pavitt Mara up against Jake Caveney. Milko gets jammed up with Manser. Zolotarev up the far side, finds McPherson. Cam McPherson, son of former Hiller head coach Chris McPherson. Mara over to Manser. Manser was trying to sneak it through the legs of the defender. Loose into the slot. McPherson getting in there. Rodriguez trying to close in, and it's taken away. Sent up by Zolotarev. Scardino gets a piece of it as the Hillers make a change. Don't forget, girls hockey coming up next. 6 p.m. face-off time for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne girls as they take on Westwood. And if you're watching on HCAM Ed, you can just keep it right there. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll just have to go over to the other stream. Sent up by Resnick. We do have a TVL update to tell you about in girls hockey. Dedham defeated Medfield in girls action 2-0. So Dedham getting a big win against Medfield. Jammed up now along the neutral zone. Racing in, Caveney. There's a shot sent wide at Caveney. No, it's still not in. And then on the secondary shot, did that end up behind the back of Lang? It hit it up. He fell on it. Unreal. Lang just kind of dove backwards and somehow landed on the puck as Dan Kelly tried to stuff it in. I think that was some tremendous goaltending, but certainly I'd say a little luck in that as well. And Ashland territory will get an icing call. Face off at 5:20 left. The Hillers, they played really hard in this game. And I think burnt a large amount of energy in that second period where they just had relentless pressure all period long. Carrazza racing up the ice, putting on the moves, closing in, and the net came out, a big collision. Joe Carrazza is down. Hopefully he's okay. He's back up now. Seems to be all right. And Jack Grimes is back up for the Clockers. Good to see. That was just really, Carrazza was just flying up the ice looking to put it in. And Grimes got out in front of him, and both players just got tripped up. Title to Carrazza, and the one-timer. It's a save by Rossi. Good save there. There's a shot out in front, and it's backhanded wide as Ryan Brennan putting it towards the net. Carrazza, that shot turned away by Rossi. Squirts back out in Hiller territory. Brennan chases it down. You see the Hillers getting those fresh legs in there. They kept a couple guys fresh for this situation. Carrazza with a shot off of Rossi out of play. They kept Joe Carrazza relatively fresh too. He's been out there a few times, but probably not as much as most other games. Yeah, I think that was the intention. Keep some guys fresh. There's a shot turned away, backhander. And it squirts out to Rocher. And Rossi, some tremendous goaltending work. Taken away by Cassane. Racing in, they got a 2-on-1. The pass, and it's put in. PJ Cassane puts it in to make it a 6-2 game. Well, the Clockers got a nice breakaway situation and able to take advantage. That goal comes at 4 minutes, 12 seconds left. Hiller's gonna just try to burn this clock away and pick up their 13th win of the season along the near side. With it is Cassane. Sends it over, intercepted. Peterson getting in there. Sends it back over to DeRocher. And he lost it, and then it's slapped towards the end boards by Rocco Horgan. And popped out of play off the protective netting along the near side by Grimes. Hillers will make another change. Let's face off at 3:24. Cam McPherson on the faceoff for the Hillers. Along the near side. Off of Brennan. Manser looking to get it back to Brennan. And it's intercepted by Milko. Sends it over, backhander out in front, and it's punched away into the protective netting. Caveney with the pressure. Well, this has certainly been the best period that the Clockers have played all game. They're up against Caveney. Sent up the far side. Bradica sends it over. Milko, pass over to Rodriguez. Up the far side, Mara grabs it. He'll probably skate around a bit. Gets it down to McPherson. Scardino trying to race forward. And now here comes Rodriguez. Looking to close in. Shot wide. Secondary shot punched away by Lang. Good save there. Off the stick of Caveney. And we're going to have a Hiller penalty on Scardino. He'll take a seat for 2 minutes. Clockers on the power play. Puck locked up. Squirts out. Here goes Manser. Purpura to the net and in! Goal! Charlie Purpura! What a beauty of a shot that was as he goes top corner. And that puts a end to any hope Ashland had at getting back in this one. Purpura trying to race through. Along the far side, Zolotarov slaps it into Clockers territory. And that was a short-handed goal by Charlie Purpura as well. You don't see those too often. Jammed up along the near side. Purpura again. It'll be good to see Charlie Purpura back on the baseball field this season. That's flung up the far side. Takes a knock into the boards. Out in front. And a swing there by Peterson. It's covered up by Rossi. Minute and 1 second left on the power play. It actually looks like it's a Hillers power play with the amount of pressure that they've been able to get on the Clockers, but it is indeed Ashland on the power play. Drop by White. Clockers looking for a break. Resnick gets out in front. Along the far side, Iarici. He'll take it up the near side. He's cut off by Bradica. Here comes Kassane. That shot deflected. Jammed up along the near side, sent up by Kassane. Around the net goes Palazzani. And now here comes Resnick. Leaves it behind. Mera to the net, and it's brushed away. Another good save there by Rossi. Kassane racing in, and he puts it in. Well, Kellen Kassane had the clean break and able to put it in. Nearly a trip there by the Hillers. It comes at 35 seconds left. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout. So timeout called, a 7-3 Hiller lead. 35 seconds left. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Hockey on HCAM. Seconds left. Even strength off the timeout. Clocker's gonna look to give it their all, as they will more than likely come up short here today, but a solid third period by the Clockers, and you wonder if they could have continued that in the first couple periods, or was it that the Hillers burned all their energy? Up along the boards. Raza trying to dig it out. Sent up by Zolotarov. Heidel sends it to Carrazza, and it is wrapped up, and that'll do it. The Hopkinton Hillers take the victory, 7-3. An exciting third period. Clockers net 3 goals, Hillers net 2. But Hopkinton did a lot of damage in the first couple of periods. 2 goals in the first period. Cam McPherson and Pavitt Mera finding the net. Pavitt Mera also got an assist on the first goal. And then you had Jack Resnick, Parker Wynn, Andy Antosca in the second period. Assists by Title, Morris, and Resnick. And then in the third period, Hillers add a couple more, courtesy of Pavitt Mera and Charlie Purpura, and they take the win at 7-3. Hillers improved to 13-3-0 on the season. The Ashland Clockers lose their 4th straight and fall to 7-8-0. For John Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. This has been Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. Stick around for the girls' game coming up in just a few minutes. But as always, we thank you for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.